Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. I think we're good to go, everybody. All right. Hey everyone. Hope you guys are all doing okay. I gave you guys an update here about the Ethereum ETFs being approved. Before we get started here, Loki wants to say hello. Maybe. I got hot tea over here and I got ice cold water, so making sure Loki's okay. Here. Oh, yasha, boosha, 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 boosha. Yeah, Loki's been good today. You guys stop trying to bite the arm. Oh, do I got lotion on? I got lotion on. That's what you smell. Haha, can't bite me. All right. Hey, Jay. Hey, GOP. And hey, Perry. Hope you guys are all doing well. A lot of big news here today. I just jumped up on the stream, so I'm running a little bit late. I had to make myself some tea because I felt like this stream may go on for like another 2-3 hours here. So let's get started with the big news here. First of all, Loki's going to be running around here, so bear with me. So the SEC approves all spot Ethereum ETFs. This is some really big news here. I'm going to put this out so you guys can see and we can read it just very fast. Just with a quick zoom in though. All right, let me actually go down here. The decision marks the approval of the country's second crypto-based ETF. Moreover, it represents a monumental shift in the overall accessibility of the largest cryptocurrency asset to institutional investors. Breaking, the SEC officially approves all spot Ethereum ETFs. This is the news we've been waiting for. Now, when this news broke, you definitely saw things start to spike here, but since then, we're kind of getting wobbly. There's been a lot of volatility here today, and I think, again, if you guys aren't used to it, it's probably pretty freaky. If you guys have some longs or some shorts, you've kind of just been weathering the storm, you guys are probably just okay at this point just because of the volatility, so we're going to be diving in here quite a bit. And hey, John, happy to see my man. And John, yes, it has been approved. Let me pull up the official tweet from Watcher Guru right here. I mean, right here. Everybody's excited about it. There it is. Yeah, sorry. Breaking. Oh, I forgot this isn't even zoomed in for you guys. There we go. Breaking, the USA SEC officially approves all spot Ethereum ETFs. We may even be able to go over here to SEC website. Here we go. And they probably would have some type of latest news. That's the 22nd. News, press releases, perhaps? No. See, they try to hide this stuff. Media gallery, perhaps. No, okay, fuck that. What do you call it? Basically, the big news is this. Spot Ethereum ETFs approved by the SEC. It was not just the Van Eck one, which was scheduled for today. They did all of them at the same time. Which is good news here. Remember, guys, earlier this week we had the odds go up from 25% to 75%. This is as far as Bloomberg was concerned, as you guys know. But yeah, you guys can see good news popped up right there when the news came out. We're in a weird spot though right now. So I'm just gonna back out and show you guys what's going on with like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of these other altcoins, because some are going parabolic, some are not, some are doing really well, some are just doing like shit right now. But let's start off with Ethereum because that one is the most popular at this point in time. And hey Maddox, what do you call it? Hey Maddox, happy to see my man. Okay, let me go back over here. And hey Maddox, I'm hoping that this isn't wrong by Watcher Guru. If that's wrong by Watcher Guru, I will just die. We will all die because Ethereum will just start crashing back down here. Okay. Oh, and we can always go over here to CNBC too. I was going to pull up the story about container crunch right here because it is important for us a little bit later. But that's a little bit more of the boring news that we don't want to hear right now. So let me put this over here. Stop freezing. There we go. And there we are. All right. Move that over a little bit. Dow falls. I'll look for an update here as well, just in case you want to know, okay? Now, as far as all this is concerned, let me go over here to maybe like the 1 hour chart. You can see there was a massive spike down here with Ethereum where it went all the way down from like $3,700 all the way down here to $3,500 in a matter of about a few minutes. I don't exactly know what's been going on there, but I've been looking at whale alerts for part of the day here, and I've been trying to find out if there's been a lot of Ethereum moving around. You can see there hasn't been much over the past half an hour. The last alert that came through was 35 minutes ago. This is about a little under 11,000 Ethereum were moved over to an unknown wallet to Coinbase, or from an unknown wallet to Coinbase. After that, you also had the same thing, transfer from Coinbase to an institutional to unknown new wallet. 6,000 Ethereum transferred from Coinbase institutional to unknown new wallet. Unknown wallet. It's been interesting to kind of watch all this stuff, but there's a lot of unknown wallets here today, which makes me wonder, I bet there's some really big bets being taken out right now to see what's going on here with Ethereum. So people are still making the bets. They're still looking to trade here, so that liquidity is going to be there for a lot of you guys, hopefully. Now, so far, what we have is Watcher Guru. I'll put over here the tweet saying it's been approved. Matic says the SEC hasn't said anything anywhere. I've also tried to look at the SEC. Usually, they're not as fast here as other places. So I think what you're going to see is people start to ask for the source and whatnot. And let's see. We'll figure out more here. Like, right, the source. We'll figure out what's going on here. But so far, at least from Watcher Guru, who's usually pretty spot on with this type of stuff, it's been approved. We can go over here to the news and probably just go to press releases. I don't think they're going to have a statement, perhaps. Well, we can check out statements too. Speeches and statements. No, nothing here so far. So whatever they're working on, they probably haven't posted it live just yet. So again, let's kind of wait and see what happens here. Now, as far as these positions, all the profit I have been making on Fairdesk, it all evaporated today. So instead of being up like $40, $50, we went down to down negative $365, which is hilarious. Blowfin, however, we're starting to print some money here, and that's only because of one token, and that token is Turbo. Turbo right now, no, don't adjust leverage. Holy shit, no. That'd be bad. Turbo is up 678% right now. Turbo is going crazy. Look at that, 679%. That's one of my big YOLOs for this cycle, and it's still working out pretty well. I'm not going to sell this because I'm really hoping that whenever altcoin season comes around, I'll be able to make some really good profit off of this. But when I say it like this thing is starting to get to the level where maybe a more rational person would sell, for any of you guys that have been following along with this one, it's probably like at least a scale out moment here. But you guys can see I only bought this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and then one down here. My average is not the best average, unfortunately, but it's enough where I'm 680% up right now. So thank freaking God. We'll see how much higher this thing wants to go, but I'm happy to see this thing continue to rally here. If only my Fairdesk thing would work out properly, because right now, because I invested so much into Turbo compared to a lot of other stuff, all the red on the screen is offset by all of the gains in one token. Hence, while you have a high risk portfolio, it only takes one to make you some money. So officially, the Blowfin account is now positive by a good stretch here. So I'm hoping that this can continue to go higher over the next few hours, next few days, weeks, months, for Turbo. I'm looking to see what's going on recently with as far as the most other tokens. It's not a lot. We got Pepe going up. You guys were just talking about that. Bonk, Ethereum Classic, Ethereum related stuff. On the other side here, Fetch AI, the AI tokens are down, which is interesting, mostly because those AI moves, maybe besides Whiff isn't AI, which is surprising because of the good news we got from the NVIDIA results a while ago, last night, the earnings. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens there. But for right now, this is the Ethereum 5-minute chart. Here's the Ethereum 1-minute chart. I think people are still trying to figure out what's going on because, again, Watcher Guru says SEC approves all spot Ethereum ETFs. The SEC has no announcement whatsoever, but I haven't heard any backtracking or anything like that from Watcher Guru, right? So this guy usually is pretty spot on if he makes a mistake, and I don't think he's made one. At least I hope he's not made one. But this news came out about 20 minutes ago or 19 minutes ago. Things are doing pretty well. Pepe has flipped Litecoin's market cap up next. Ooh, what's going on there? Let's get a Discord. I got so many Discord tabs open. I've been getting a whole bunch of stuff ready for this new daily update stuff I'm going to be pulling for you guys here pretty soon. And I needed to have some overlays made. Where be it? Or did I? Oh, no, it's right on my freaking face. Jesus, it's one of those days, guys. It's one of those days. I even got tea and water to keep me going throughout today. There you go. Where's Pepe at? Pepe's down. There you go. Okay, I see right here. What, next up is Litecoin, it looks like, for Pepe. And then after Litecoin, it goes to Matic, the Near, it is making a pretty good move. I mean, once altcoin season starts, you could definitely see Pepe starting to go back up to the top 10 here if it's able to continue this momentum. You know, because you know She is really good at popping out of nowhere. Same with Dogecoin. You're probably going to see these tokens have really big moves. I wouldn't be surprised if Dogecoin overtakes XRP, and Dogecoin would probably overtake USDC, and if it's very, very lucky, Solana. But I don't know. Solana has a good community behind it as well. So I do think they're going to see a lot of meme tokens have their day here pretty soon. Even stuff like Arbitrum, they finally started to move here as well. But just so I can show you guys, as far as what's moving right now, over the last 24 hours basically since the new day started here, Ethereum is up about 1%, Bonk is up around 8%, Pepe is up over 10%, Arbitrum is up over 6.5%, Ethereum Classic up around 8%, and Pendle is up 4.5%. Turbo is up 35%, and Popcat is up 4%. Mostly everything else, as you guys can see, is all red across there, or all red across there, pointing towards the right direction here. But right now, the big news is, of course, all around Ethereum. So we'll be watching this one, plus a few other ones, just so you guys have an update about what's going on with Bitcoin here, because I know probably some of you guys are getting a little bit more concerned here. You can see this is a 4-hour chart with Bitcoin. We're still in the uptrend here. We haven't tapped on support just yet, which is kind of around $65,000. However, we are bouncing off the first order block here with a new change of character, and we're now looking at the next level for Bitcoin to break out of. Is not a hard cap where the all-time highs are. Instead, it's your generic downward trend. Can we break out of this over the next few hours? And if we do, that should be a surge back up here towards $72,000. And then, again, we'll see what happens next. There's been a little bit of inflationary news, I guess you would say, today. And that inflationary news is basically there's been a sudden container crunch sending ocean freight rates soaring, setting off global trade alarm bells. I'm not going to bore you with everything that's going on here. There's less shipping containers than there's supposed to be in certain areas. So that's causing the price of those shipping containers to go up. The rates are going up. That is an inflationary thing. Remember with the supply chain issues? That's all I wanted to say about that topic. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Normally I would, but because Ethereum is having a bunch of news here today, I want to focus on Ethereum. But that's just something you should be aware of. It might spook the markets a little bit here. I'm hoping it gets resolved fairly soon, but it could spook the markets here just a tad, all right? So if you guys want to look at any coins related to Ethereum, I'm happy to kind of walk through them here. Let's see. And hey, Mike, source is Phoenix News. Oh, Phoenix News. Jesus. I haven't had to see Phoenix News or Phoenix in a while. Let's see. What is going on with my thing? I was playing music a few minutes ago. There you go. You guys don't hear it, but I usually play music in the background for my own ears to listen to. It's more blacky hip-hop, smooth jazz mixed with R&B fusion stuff going on, but I can't play it with you guys because, YouTube would get pissed off at me. I don't even see what Phoenix News is. It's not even a thing on it's not even a thing on Google. Maybe Phoenix News Crypto, perhaps? Oh, there you go. PhoenixNews.io. There we go. $21.31. So this I'm looking at it right here. But Watcher Guru posted about it first. So I'm wondering where Watcher Guru got the news. Hold on. Oh, is this paywall blocked? Alright, okay, let me just put a fake email address in here. I hate giving people my email. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission approved the request from the national exchanges to list spot Ether exchange-traded funds in a victory for the crypto industry. The approval was granted to 8 issuers, including BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale. Ether rose 1.7% to 3,800 compared to about the 3,000 on Monday. So there's a little button I can click with approval. Where does that take me? There we go. Okay, we got a PDF here. Okay. This is what I'm looking for. Now, this is the boring stuff, but it's the meat. So, pursuant to Section 9B1 of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 and Rule 19B4 thereunder of each New York State SE stock exchange ARC Inc., the NASDAQ Stock Market LLC, and CBOBZX Exchange Inc. filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission proposed rule changes to list and trade shares of the following. The New York Stock Exchange ARCA proposes to list and trade shares of the Grayscale Ethereum Trust, Bitwise Ethereum ETF under New York Stock Exchange ARCA rule. NASDAQ proposes to list and trade shares of the 3 iShares Ethereum Trust under NASDAQ Rule 5711. Comments. Now, can I do something here? There you go. Here it is. So, discussion and commission findings. After careful review, the commission finds that the proposals are consistent with the Exchange Act and rules and regulations thereunder applicable to a national securities exchange. In particular, the commission finds that the proposals are consistent with the Section 6b-5 of the Exchange Act, which requires, among other things, that the exchange's rules be designed to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices, and in general to protect investors, and the public interest. And with Section 11A of the Exchange Act, which sets forth Congress finding that it's public interest and appropriate for the protection of investors and maintenance of fair and orderly markets to assure their availability to brokers, dealers, and investors of information with respect to quotations for and transcripts in securities. Jesus. Well, is there going to be more meat here? Can I scroll down faster? I basically want to take all this and plug it in the chat GPT, and I want it to give me the meat. Because I don't read legal text very well at all, and I hate it. It makes me stutter. And we're at page 11. Geez, how many pages are in here? Well, okay, we're almost. I'm looking at the right-hand side. There's probably like 20 pages in this. I'm hoping ChatGPT will actually take all of this data in, though, because I doubt it will. All right, Deputy Secretary. Okay, here we go. Let's copy this. Let's open up GPT. Give you guys a quick look of what's going on with Ethereum. Let's go over back to the 1-minute chart here. Definitely some more volatility there. And there we go. Okay. Now, ChatGPT 4.0. Summarize all this info. I'm unable to produce a response. Well, this is always something to do here. I'm sure there's a what do you call here as well. Let me see. Because I know there's a PDF, right? PDF. Amount of size. There you go. Get summarized of any PDF in seconds. And so what I'm going to do is drag this over here. Here's a link to the PDF. Is this enough? Yeah, I want a summary. There you go. Let's see. Yeah. Jesus, give me the info. Jesus. You need access to the review of the content. This is the content. What the? Okay, what if I download this and I name it Michael W. Michael W PDF. And I want to have it in downloads. All right. Upload from computer. Here is the full file. Ah, see, ChatGPT can be kind of finicky sometimes, but at least if you know how to get around that stuff. My personal opinion, why it's giving us all the information here, I think it's because, you know, there's a maximum amount of questions you can ask it per day. I feel like it's like that, so you can't ask so many questions just for a lot of redundant stuff. All right, so here we go. This is a basic overview of what was just put in that PDF file. Just so you guys know, as of right now, Ethereum is higher than where it was before. It's pretty much been kind of neutral for the last couple days, sideways. It's above where that crash happened earlier today, where we fell down from like 3,800 all the way down here to 3,500. That was a pretty steep move in a very short amount of time here. Now, back over to GPT. So the document discusses various proposals by the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and CBOE BZX Exchange to list and trade shares of the Ether-based exchange-traded products, ETPs. These include Grayscale, Bitwise, iShares, VanEck, ARC21, Invesco Galaxy, Fidelity, and Franklin Ethereum ETFs. Okay, so the proposal aims to list and trade shares of trusts that hold spot Ether and in some cases cash and cash equivalents. The SEC reviewed these proposals for compliance with regulatory standards. The key findings they found is that they found that the proposals are consistent with the Section CB5 of the Exchange Act, which requires the rules of a national securities exchange to be designed to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices, protect investors, and promote the public interest. The proposals also comply with the Section 11A of the Exchange Act, which focuses on the public interest and protection of investors. Now, they got correlations between Ethereum markets and CME futures markets, okay? The exchanges demonstrate that the Ether futures market is highly correlated with the spot Ether prices, ensuring that the surveillance agreements with the CME will help detect and deter fraud and manipulation. That means if, you know, Ethereum goes up, the spot ETF will also be going up. You're not going to see a whole bunch of wild spreads and stuff like that, which will be nice. There'll be spreads, but not wild spreads, you know, that you can get within fraudulent environments. Now, there was some public comments. Some said good stuff, some said bad stuff. That's okay. Accelerated approval. The SEC granted accelerated approval to the proposals, allowing the listing and trading of the Ether-based ETPs on their respective exchanges. The conclusion here is the SEC's order the SEC order approves the listing and trading of the Ether-based exchange-traded products on the New York Stock Exchange, ARCA, NASDAQ, and CBOE BZX exchanges. The approval is based on the proposals meeting the necessary regulatory requirements. So yeah, it met the requirements. It's now being good. Make it a very detailed summary. I'll come back to that a little bit later though. So right now, Ethereum is still up. Bitcoin is down about 2.25% today. Ethereum is basically up 2%. So you are still seeing Ethereum making its move. There are other things moving up, like we talked about Bonk. Bonk is making a resurgence. Everything seemed to crash right there earlier today, and I'm not entirely sure why. Might have just been some whales selling off some larger positions. Pepe is also doing very, very well here. Floki's making some moves. Arbitrum is making some moves. Ethereum Classic made a nice little spike early, but still doing overall pretty well. Spell token's up. UFO token is up. Pendle is up. And most everything else is down. Turbo is up today, but this thing is a very low market cap token, so just, you know, don't just go hopping into that one. But it looks like, you know, even though Bitcoin is still down today, let's go maybe to the 4-hour chart. You can see Bitcoin's 4-hour chart right here, and you can see Ethereum's 4-hour chart. It's a much, there's a difference you guys can see there, I would imagine. All right. Enjoy paying 10x the gas fees for a slower service. You're probably going to see that happen a lot here. Ethereum is better than Bitcoin. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people going full speed ahead with buying Ethereum here. The big thing, you know, is will there be a deviation between Bitcoin and Ethereum here over the next few weeks? And by that, I mean, normally when the Bitcoin spot ETF comes out, of course, Bitcoin goes up, right? Then everything kind of just follows that. Will it be something like, hey, maybe Bitcoin kind of goes sideways for a few days, or maybe Bitcoin's going down gradually to the next support level, and Ethereum and Ethereum-related products are soaring to the moon here, not going to all-time highs, but still having some really robustful moves. So I think that's going to be something people are going to be watching for, and I think you've kind of seen a little bit of that with things like, you know, Bonk and whatnot. Go over here to the daily chart with Bonk. that looks totally different than Bitcoin, Ethereum, you name it. It's just much much different here. Same with Pepe right now. There's a lot of tokens making some really big moves, and Pepe is breaking out above that Fibonacci level we talked about before. This is that very, very long, old Fibonacci level where usually it worked out pretty well. We're breaking out above it right now, and there's not really much else you can go and do here. You can try to turn log off, but there's nothing there. Perhaps let's see if there's anything I can actually tweak on this one. We got one all the way up here on 79.39.716. That's not a small move. That's a 457% move. Is there a spot in here where I can squeeze it down a little bit? Now, these are numbers that are not used all too much, okay? So I'm just trying to find some reasonable things here. Maybe another one right up here around 4 zeros, 21, 18, 67, 1 here. But I mean, still, there's not much resistance for a lot of these tokens that are kind of going boom right now, especially if they're the newer ones. You look at Bonk. Bonk is already close to all-time highs again, where it can keep on going up. And, again, that's going to be kind of hard to trade because you guys aren't necessarily entirely sure what you guys want to sell. I'm probably still going to be holding on to a lot of my positions here, just my dollar cost averages and whatnot. There we go. And right now, Bitcoin has found some nice support at this old order block, looking to move back up here. Again, if you guys are looking for an overall move in the markets, I'd definitely be waiting for this breakout here to take place. That way you have some security to kind of say, oh yeah, we're done falling down for a little bit, we'll be going back up. That going back up can really help us out because we were barely up here for a little bit before we started getting rejected by the Fibonacci levels. And of course, the all-time high is right up here. When is Bitcoin 100K? I would say if Bitcoin's going to hit 100K, it would happen sometime this summer or fall. I don't expect it to happen anytime soon. And the real reason behind that is we still have very high interest rates. And in order for the market, I think, to go parabolic from Bitcoin's perspective, I do think we're going to have a pretty good standard, a good amount of Wall Street saying, hey, rate cuts are imminent. And by imminent, I mean, there's like a 90% chance rate cuts are happening at a certain time. I think to get that information, we would just have to have a good inflation report for maybe 1 or 2 more months. That requires us to have a good one in June and another one in July. And then I would think one would be confirmed for sometime in August or September. For me, I would still say September is probably the best bet you guys have for a rate cut. And then once that happens, I think we'd be good. The problem with that right now is, if Bitcoin wants to, it could easily reach $100,000 before this summer. But the way we've been going, I wouldn't be surprised if we just have to do some of these little pops. Like we pop up to 80,000, then consolidate here, pop up to 90, 100,000. Those take time. And by that, I mean, that's all the way out back in October. But you guys have seen how just this last consolidation period with high inflation that started off and that started to get scary, I guess you would say, back in March, April, maybe even February, post Bitcoin ETF. This consolidation lasted, and we're still in it. We're still technically in this consolidation. It lasted about 10 weeks or 70 days. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do have some nice spikes, but I don't know if this one's going to be the big parabolic one, or if we continue to, grind upwards with some big pops every now and again. I'm hoping it's just going to be a straight shot, but that straight shot may just take us up to 80,000, maybe 90,000, 100,000. You're getting a little bit more out there. Dollar cost average for those types of moves, in my opinion. All right, let's back up this here. And let's pull up Ethereum. Because I'm really hoping this thing can just grind on here. We've basically been going sideways since the news broke. And if you guys want to see the news here, I'm just going to share the PDF file link here. And you guys can read it if you want to. I just shared it in the chat. I'm going to get rid of it for now because I have ChatGPT to kind of explain everything. Oh, wow, this is a detailed one. Holy shit. Yeah. We'll go over this maybe another time. I'll make a video about it. That's a lot of information. And hey, Steve, why do people dislike the Grayscale Trust so much? They have the Ethereum Trust up to over 100%. They can recently launch a Stacks and Link Trust. Plus, they have yes, people don't like high fees where you don't need to have high fees. That's pretty much the only real reason I've seen. I don't know why they have to try to go so far above everybody else in fees. I still haven't figured that out. I believe they are going to have less fees in the future, and I do believe that will cause a resurgence and maybe opinion will kind of shift back towards them. But I believe, didn't Grayscale just get a new CEO the other day? See, do they break it down into subsections? So, oh Jesus, no, I'm not reading all that crap. Here's MSN. Grayscale CEO Michael Snanan, whatever his name is, steps down as crypto firm CEO. Now, Michael is stepping down as CEO of Grayscale Investments to pursue other interests, the cryptocurrency asset manager said on Monday. That's saying he got kicked out. Now, Michael, who has served as the CEO since 2021, guided Grayscale from $60 million to about $30 billion of assets under management. That's great. Absolutely fantastic. Right? And I think he was good at his growth, but that next stage, it looks like that's where he's having some issues. Now, let's see. Stop jumping up here. Is that paused? Pause. There we go. Jesus. Pause. Oh, that's the whole article. That was the whole article. Never mind. Yeah, but apparently it's not doing so good since the ETF, basically. And it's just the fees. I mean, if you go down that list and see what's going on, like there are ETFs that have 0% fees until next year. 0% fees. Ooh, AI overview. This is pretty nice here. This is, oh geez, it's not even showing Grayscale here. But basically, Bitwise is 0.2, ARK is 0.21, iShares Bitcoin Trust 0.25, BlackRock 0.25, VanEck 0.25, Franklin Bitcoin 0.3, Invesco 0.39, Valkyrie 0.49, and Hashtag's Bitcoin ETF. I haven't even heard of them. They're at 0.9. So, you know, when you're moving large amounts of capital, you typically don't want to pay a lot of fees off of that. It's like the difference with a corporation paying 5% tax versus 10% tax. You know, it's a small number, but it impacts a lot of the bottom line, I would say. And remember, they've had to sell off a shit ton of their Bitcoin because nobody's been buying into their ETF as of late, at least until the last couple of weeks, I would say. But yeah, 1.5 is really that bad when you consider the competition. If you don't consider the competition, it's actually not a bad number. I don't think they understood that, how people will just navigate towards the cheapest one. Rumor on Grayscale being bankrupt. Hey, Disrupt. I wouldn't say Grayscale's bankrupt. I mean, they've been selling off hundreds of Bitcoin every day. That has to pay for something. But I don't know what else they've been putting their money into. I mean, remember, Grayscale's been loading up on Bitcoin for like years now, years and years. And that Bitcoin at this point in time is like $67,000, $69,000. I'm sure they're doing okay, but I haven't even seen the rumor of that. Let me see. Oh, I didn't spell bankrupt. Yeah, there you go. No, that's not it. No, I don't see much news there, but that rumor is always going to be a powerful thing. Let's see. And hey, Steve, remember, this is a high interest rate environment. Every penny counts because everybody's being dropped like rocks if they're not performing well at this point. But yeah, realistically, no, it's not a huge difference. It's just a difference when you consider BlackRock, which is another massive company out there. BlackRock is giving you cheaper stuff. VanEck, ARK 21, they're all giving you much cheaper rates. So why not just go with them? Grayscale is going to have to really sell it, and maybe they just haven't had a good job selling their product to potential investors, hedge funds, etc., banks. They haven't done a good job of just selling that product. I think that's the only thing that could really be it as far as Grayscale is concerned. I've been hoping that they can get their act around. Like if we go over here to, oh geez, I got so many fucking tabs open. Let's get out of here. Let's go over here. Oh, I was going to watch CNBC to see if they actually had any news on the Ethereum ETF. It's 1 minute and 28 seconds. You might as well watch it here. There we go. Let me put my headphones on. And we can listen to this very fast and see what's going on. I'm going to turn the desktop audio all the way up so you guys can hear it. I'm going to get rid of my music for now. And then let's go over here to listen to this.
News we want to get to the SEC.
Full screen for you guys, nothing but the best.
Want to get to the SEC has made a decision on spot Ether ETFs. Contessa Brewer's got the details. Contessa.
And it's been approved, Melissa. That's the big news coming in, that these ETFs based on the price of Ether have been approved for the NASDAQ, the CBOE, and the New York Stock Exchange, potentially paving the way for these ETFs to be listed later this year. Remember, earlier this week, the agencies themselves had largely predicted, as had many of the experts on our air, that this would be denied based on some of the commentary we had heard around the Bitcoin ETFs being approved. But in fact, you've got Van Eck, ARK Investments, BlackRock hoping to launch these ETFs tied to the second largest cryptocurrency. You're seeing Ether up about 1.5%. Bitcoin, by comparison, took a little bit of a dip there. But again, that's the news coming in. The SEC has approved ETFs tied to Ether.
Well, wasn't that a short little video? But basically, yes, that's the whole gist of what we've been talking about here today. It's just nice to hear the news going on about it here. All right, take off the headphones again. Move them back over here to the right-hand side. And then let's get at this type of stuff. Briefings, Phoenix News. We don't need to watch a guru on this one very fast. Any more updates with Watch a Guru? There you go. Justin, Ethereum is effectively deemed a commodity, Coinbase chief legal officer says. Ooh, that's they're gonna pick a fight with the SEC over that type of stuff. But hey, there we go. I think that lawsuit's gonna go on for some time, I believe, but at least it's getting passed now. They had to show proof of reserves. Oh, geez, we haven't heard that term in quite a bit of time. Now it's just kind of something that everybody does, proof of reserves after the 2022 crashes, when we had so much stuff going down. It was rough. I think that's why there's a new CEO. Yeah, what do you call it? I mean, again, the guy did a great job. It's just that, you know, there are certain parts of a company's life which needs certain types of CEOs to be there. It seems like he did a lot of good stuff with the growth, and now the actual selling to Wall Street, he's just not that good. But for what he was brought there to do and grow, I think he did a fantastic job. I mean, the assets under management is absolutely massive compared to what was just a few years ago. So, can't knock the guy for having a bad career there. I just think, you know, they're looking for somebody better. I think they were surprised about how many people didn't choose them. And chose, like, you know, the BlackRocks, the Van Ecks, the smaller guys, you know, like the small guys over Grayscale, which then probably was like, what the heck is going on? And then you probably realize that the people that are investing in crypto are not your standard institutional investors, like the ones that just want to buy mutual funds, or they just want to buy some, you know, retirement stocks. No. They're looking for some growth activity here to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, which has definitely been happening more and more, as you guys can imagine. Nobody wants to wait to make money, which is bad, but it's where we are, right? But yeah, that's a good point, Steve. I don't think the guy did a bad job. I think he just, towards the end, it just wasn't performing the way they were expecting it, and they wanted to move fast because they understand how fast this whole thing is evolving. Again, most people in these sectors are not necessarily like native to the cryptocurrency experience, I would say. Nothing bad. There's nothing wrong with that. They made a lot of money by getting in when they did. That noise was an Age of Empires sound. I don't have Age of Empire on this computer. The last time I had Age of Empires, I was playing it off of a CD disc on my old computer. Tuck is one of my favorite passwords there. And hey, Casper, happy to see you. Good old market pumps. I mean, so far, Ethereum is looking okay. I'm afraid we start tipping back down here a little bit more if we get rejected off of this order block. But if we just back up for a second, go to Ethereum 1 hour chart. All the supports got torn to shreds here a while ago. So, you know, if you were having any type of day trade, there's a good chance that you got just flat out liquidated here. And then you might have re-entered your position, and you're waiting to see what happens next. As far as I'm concerned, this is something, like I said before, you're just day trading this. If you were swing trading this anyway, you'd still would have probably got stopped out here unless you started to open up the trades way back over here when it was just around $3,000. But I mean, most people would have moved up their stop losses to protect themselves. And I mean, geez, I mean, like here, go to the 1 minute chart. Look at that drop. 1 second chart. And let's just squeeze it down here a little bit. I mean, you can just see the flat out acceleration that was happening. The lack of volatility over here, then all of a sudden, boom, just getting smashed back down. And from there to there, a matter of 30 seconds, Ethereum fell down 8%. 8% in 30 seconds. I mean, that's not something you want to be looking at if you're holding some Ethereum. That being said, of course, it's not the end of the world here. We came back up. Everything's looking okay right now. We're waiting to see if Ethereum can continue to blast off here and try to move higher. The next level of resistance after we do break out above this order block here is really just getting all the way back up here towards around $4,000 or $39.50 here. So that's kind of the short-term goal for us. We're hoping that Bitcoin can make a little bit more of a reversal too, because now it has to worry about this downtrend. So again, you know, there's some weirdness happening here. Ethereum is bullish for the most part. A lot of altcoins and Bitcoin are still kind of like, what the heck is going on here? They're not necessarily bullish, not like bearish, but they're long-term bullish, short-term like what the fuck? There's a capitulation going on right now a little bit. Maybe capitulation's the wrong word to use, but you know, definitely some resistance to be paying attention to. Render went down hard for me. I had to work 9 to 5. What do they call? I mean, AI tokens took a big hit yesterday, a really big hit. Now, the tokens that I have a lot of are things like RLC, GRT, Render, World Token, and PHA and NMR. I don't hold much Fetch AI when it comes to futures. I don't own any Ajax or Ocean anymore because of the combination that they're coming to do. So I just hold their fiat, like the regular tokens with no futures activity on them at all. It's doing okay for me, but yeah. Oh, Turbo, keep going up. Oh my fucking god, this is great. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Oh, 843%. That's magical. That's magical. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that very fast. I'm going to go over here to X. I'm going to post this very fast. Yummy. There we go. Just a little yummy. A little yummy. This thing is going beautiful. Yeah, there we go. Well, I'm hoping this thing keeps on going up. My instinct is to sell it. My instinct is to sell it so fast. But you know what? I'm not. I'm going to hold this to the cycle high here when I think Bitcoin is like $100,000, $80,000, whatever. And I'll start to scale out some right there. But how long have I been holding this sucker for? About 51 days? Oh, yeah. I should have dollar cost averaged more over here, but I didn't. I totally regret that. But anyway, now I'm still happy with it. All right, I'll hop off of this for now, though, because I don't want to take all my processing power off my computer. Yeah, but Turbo's at 50% today. That means the market cap probably just now started getting pretty good. Let's go over here very fast. Up 66, 67%. It's it's a $178 million market cap. Just a couple days ago, it was at like $80 million market cap. So it's definitely been moving up quite a bit here. I wonder if they're starting to post stuff on X more. Oh yeah, they're getting a lot more likes than normal. A lot more likes than normal. Yeah. All right, I'm happy about that. I've been holding this one for a hot minute here, and it's just nice to see it go boom. All right, back over to Ethereum here. Hey, Multi-Stacker, happy to see my man. And hey, Richard, happy to see you too. I was able to sell half my Pepe. Woohoo! There you go. That's always a good thing. Profit is profit. And hey, Ethereum, that is a good point. Yeah, Ethereum, a lot of the ETFs that got approved, or all of them, I would say, had staking removed. Ethereum is currently a proof of stake. This spells bad for Ethereum in the long run. What are your thoughts, Michael? Will Ethereum revert back from POS? I think it's overall still good for Ethereum. My hope for Ethereum, honestly, is that they can get some laws passed to that effect. I don't think it's going to be an SEC thing as so much the government or Congress forcing the SEC to adopt new laws. It's not going to be easy for Ethereum, though, because staking is something that's so frowned upon right at this moment in time. So, you know, what we've been looking at, I would say, over the last few days has just been crypto Congress votes. This is from Morningstar 8 hours ago. So this is another bill that got passed. House passes historic crypto bill. Here's why it's a massive step forward for the industry. I'm not going to say a lot about this. I'm not going to read all this stuff. But 71 Democrats in the House voted for the bill. For whatever reason, you know, back in the day, Trump said he didn't like cryptocurrency all too much. More recently, he's kind of been lobbied. You know, he's kind of come to realize the benefits for political reasons, or just like, oh, actually, this is okay. Whatever reason you want to come up with. He came out a few weeks ago and said, I'm the pro-crypto president. I support crypto. Crypto is my thing. If you like crypto, vote for Trump. And because the politics are so narrow right now, that the polls so narrow between him and Biden, Donald Trump's winning those polls, I think that all of a sudden the Democrats said, hey, Gary Gensler is the most anti-crypto person out there, and Joe Biden is not perceived to be very crypto-friendly as well. So is that going to hurt us if Donald Trump starts to say all this stuff about pro-crypto? And I think they thought rightfully, yes, if Donald Trump is saying all this pro-crypto stuff in his speeches, and Joe Biden saying, if you guys pass this crypto bill, I'm going to veto you, I'm thinking that, yes, that's actually going to have a bad effect. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Democrats like, no, we are pro-crypto too, which is why you see a freaking 71 Democrats. That's not supposed to happen like that. 71 Democrats voted for the bill, plus the Republicans, and it voted to approve the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act by a vote of 279 to 136, with the near unanimous support from Republicans and 71 Democrats voting in favor of the bill. You know, this is great. This is absolutely great. I love it. But those are the people that are going to have to fix that, which is talking about staking. That's going to be it. If Donald Trump wins and Gary Gensler's out of there, I do think staking may be allowed. But it's something that's not going to happen, I don't think, within the next year. I'm thinking, man, it might happen over the next 2 years. I don't think it's close at all. Maybe 1 to 2 years. A while though, for the staking in particular. And hey, the Everlasting Bliss. No cigar today. I'm going to be streaming a little bit later on tonight, around midnight too. So I'll be doing that. I got to figure out the best time to smoke cigars when it comes to my streams. So I have a cigar that's cut here, ready to go. It's for tonight though, because I was trying to drill a little hole into it, just like I'm drilling a hole into this one right now, as you can see the little screw going into it. But what ended up happening here was I did a midnight stream a couple days ago, and I don't know if it was because I was smoking when the stream started, but YouTube just throttled the views so hard. Like, YouTube would not share the video with anybody, the stream with anybody. So I think it was just like 15 people in here with me just chilling because YouTube just throttled all the views. And I was like, you know what? That's okay. So we chilled for like an hour, then I went to bed, and I was just like, there's no reason for me to risk it next time. So next time when I smoke and I go live, I'm going to try to go live around midnight tonight if I can. No, it'll be around like 1 o'clock in the morning, actually, not midnight. I have to get back from the lounge tonight. And then I'll be able to stream. I'll be able to smoke maybe a little bit during that. I'm not entirely sure. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I was smoking a couple nights ago. YouTube just throttled all the views, just killed the whole stream. It was crazy. Orange Man capitalizing on the color orange. Well, here, let me see if I can find that speech for you guys, just so you guys understand what I'm talking about. Before I do that, here you go. Loki wants to say hello. Oh, see how he gets so like nervous when I show him off. Look at Loki. What's the matter? Come on. Yeah, you're a good boy. You stretching? You won't let me pet him. Put your paws there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at you being a good boy. Yeah, sure. So he's having a good day. I think he wants to go outside or something, but he's gonna have to wait a little bit of time till after this stream is done. Scratch the little butt. Yep. But he looks tired. All right, you guys can still see him this viewpoint, which is always nice. But now he just always looks so tiny. All right, so let me go over here very fast to YouTube, and I'll go over to Donald Trump crypto speech. Speech? I don't think it was much of a speech. Let's see. I don't want to look at it on the short, but I think that's the only place I can find it. Donald Trump crypto. Let's go. Here, this is a better way to show it because I can't find that specific speech. But just like before, I can always pull up a video here. I think we watched this a few days ago, but it's still relevant to what we've been talking about. So take a quick peek at this very fast.
Listen, ETH is a lot higher in the last 24 hours on speculation that the ETF is coming. Step back a little bit. What seems to have happened is, Donald Trump 2 weeks ago got on stage and said, "I'm the crypto president." And it was on the same day that Joe Biden had threatened to veto a relatively obscure piece of legislation that the SEC had put through, a rule on accounting, saying that crypto assets in custody needed to be held on balance sheet. And that kind of set off a firestorm where it almost became a purity test, like Republican, good for crypto, Democrat, bad for crypto. And I think the Democratic regime woke up and saying, this is crazy, right? There are more crypto owners in America than there are dog owners, right? We have 85 million people that own crypto, and a lot of them are single issue voters. And the Democrats looked like they were the party against dogs. And so you've seen a pretty dramatic change. First of all, you had 9 senators cross the aisle and 21 congressmen on the SAB 21. And so that's passed, the repeal of that. And it'll go to Biden's desk. We'll see if he vetoes it or not. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, what seems to be a complete about face with the SEC on the ETH ETF. And,
remember the
I don't have any
Democrats,
inside info
yeah.
other than talking to people in the markets. And we'll see. We do have an ETF in registrations. I got to be a little bit careful.
I'm not going to play the whole video, but basically, the tides are shifting a little bit. You're starting to see a little bit more proactivity on crypto from Democrats, and I think that's good. As long as we're passing some laws finally, I'm kind of happy. Those laws are going to be kind of interesting, as see what goes in them at the same time. But overall, I think we're in some good news here. Looking at some good news. Excuse me. Hey, Ethereum is trash. I always love saying her name. And thanks, guys. If you guys can like, YouTube doesn't promote liking as much anymore, but I appreciate when you guys do. Guess we're voting a certain kind of way then? What do you call it? Again, I never care if you guys vote Democratic or Republican or Independent or green, blue, whatever the other party colors are. But I think from what we've seen so far, you guys know how both Republican and Democratic campaigns, they have these pollsters. They run a bunch of private polls, not just the polls that have to deal with the CNN polls, the CBS News polls, the ABC polls, not those ones, the private ones where they don't really share them with anybody too often. Well, I think what we've seen is that in those polls, primarily, I think crypto does matter to more people than they realized. And the fact that Joe Biden has appeared You know, you can say he's a pro crypto or anti crypto. I would say he's probably anti crypto, but the appearance of being so anti crypto has started to hurt him with younger people who generally like cryptocurrency more, right? So, like I said, I have lots of friends who don't like Joe Biden because of his crypto policy, but they may agree on his social policies. And because they don't like his anti-crypto policies, they're not going to vote for him. They're not voting for Trump, but they may be voting for RFK. So the landscape is just so kind of different here. And I think we all kind of have our personal little belief structures, whatever you want to call them, that makes us say, I want to vote for that guy, I want to vote for that guy, whatever. I'm hoping when I go to Consensus next week, oh, and this is an update for you guys as well. I was kind of stressing about what time to get there because, you know, this event is in Texas. So it's May 29th through the 31st. What I decided to do here was to make my life a little bit easier. I just want to see this very fast. Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, so right now it is the 23rd, right? It's Thursday. So the 27th is Memorial Day. I'm going to Texas on the 28th. All right. So what I'm probably going to do is the morning of, I'm dropping Loki off at the kennels. And then from there, I'm going to go to Austin, Texas. My flight leaves at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm going to get to the airport kind of around like 2 o'clock or like 3 hours ahead of schedule. I'm that safe guy. I don't want to be left behind. And then I get to Texas at midnight-ish around Tuesday, so really around Wednesday morning. I'm going to go check into my hotel. That morning, I will kind of sleep in a little bit to maybe 8 o'clock, and then I'll get ready for the day, and I will go to the Consensus on Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. I'm not going to try to spend too much time, I'm hoping, in the mornings at Consensus. I'm thinking I'm mostly spending the majority of my time there in the afternoon, maybe from like 12 to 5, to be frank, and then just talking with a bunch of people, chilling out with them. And then I got invited to a few different parties and whatnot, so I'm going to be going to those. Those are like afternoon night parties, but I can't recall exactly which party it was because there's just freaking few of them. And a lot of the parties are at all the same time on like a couple days. So I'm only going to be able to go to a couple of them, but let me see if I can find one for you guys very fast. Final countdown, yes. I sent money, yes. Yes. Oh yeah, there's a Chainlink. My registration was approved for a Chainlink birthday bash. So I was told to apply for this, and I just give my name, and boom. So there's a Chainlink birthday bash that I'm going to go to. That's going to be kind of fun. And then there's also something... Web3 with Toby and Brent. I'm not entirely sure, but that one may be okay. And then... a Web3 rooftop tiki bar cocktail hour with amazing views of Austin hosted by Virus. So... There's a few things I'm going to be going to at night. Those I'm probably going to record a little bit more of. And then, of course, I'll be doing some video recordings on that 12 to 5 time where I'm just kind of going around with my pass and kind of talking to people and seeing what's going on. And I think that'll be a fun way to do it. But yeah, so next week it's going to be crazy. But you guys won't get any nightly streams on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those 4 days. No nightly streams, okay? What I will be doing is some streams while I'm out and about. In the morning time, I will go grab coffee and I will talk to you guys for maybe about an hour or two, or in the afternoon before I head out to the some type of party or after party, whatever it is. You guys know how I enjoy my parties, hence why I like to go to Vegas so much. I will stream for like a half an hour or an hour talking to you guys about my updates with the market. I'll be doing videos and stuff like that. But as far as the streams are concerned, where I'm like with you guys right here, where you guys can see Loki, the charts, those aren't going to be happening. From Tuesday to Friday. Saturday I'll do a stream. Sunday I'll do a stream, of course. Tuesday through Friday, no streams going on. Like this type. And hey, Chris, I don't vote, never have. There's a lot of people like you, and don't worry, I can totally see the appeal of it. Hey, Midas, a meme coiner? What do you call? I did get invited to a meme coin party, Midas. What meme coin is it? Oh, geez, let me go over here to Consensus. I know it's over here. Event overlay, perhaps? Bad request. Uh-oh. their website's not doing so hot. Let me see. I am going to be looking at the RFK speaker. I want to see what he says about crypto policy. I'm going to try to see if I can get that footage for you guys as well. Participate experiences. Let me try this over here. I was there earlier in the day, so I'm just going to try to go through my history and see if I can find that there. PayPal event. Bronx. There you go. Agenda. Oh, it's messed up. Oh. I think the website for consensus may be busted here. All right, here's something similar. So there's an event in here. Let me see if I can find it in here. So I'm guessing this is on the 29th or the 30th. Let's say 30th. Then invites. It says I have an invite, but it doesn't say from who. All right, maybe because I'm not logged in. No, it says logged in right there. Oh, here it is. This one right here, meme coin party. So this is for RFKJ token or something. But I think if you go into it in the registration process, which I'm not going to do. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I don't know how to do this. But basically, there's a party for meme coiners. So I'm going to be very interested because in that place, there's going to be a lot of people who make meme coins for a living. And I just want to learn, who are these people? You know, I don't know people that make meme coins. And that's like, for all the talk about me buying up meme coins and stuff like that, remember, I've never done promotions for meme coins before, so I've just never met these people in general. I want to figure out, who are these people? What makes it, like, why do they make meme coins? Are they like, how, is it good or bad? Like, you know, all these questions I have in my mind about meme coiners, and I'm trying to figure out, like, how does it work? So I'm going to be asking those questions, not on camera because I feel like they may be camera shy, but I just want to figure this stuff out. So I'm going to be going to that meme coin party and then, you know, just looking at their projects and whatnot. Maybe I'll buy some if I'm lucky. Pepe for president. You guys want to go to Pepe? Guys, get... I mean, right now, Pepe, it's still up. I mean, you know, you see Ethereum coming down a little bit. You see Bitcoin coming down a little bit. Pepe is still kind of flat right now. Pepe has a lot of momentum. And on top of that, Pepe is like, you know, at all-time highs right now. So you're not seeing Ethereum at all-time highs. You're not seeing Bitcoin at all-time highs, although it's very, very close. Very, very close. You know, Pepe is at all-time highs and more here. So, yeah, keep that in the back of your heads for right now. Right now, Bitcoin just going sideways here. Pepe, I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. Still fell down with a lot of other stuff, but it's overall really good. Let's get rid of the Fibonacci levels, though. There you are. Majority of these coins about to get shut down. Hey, I mean, we've been saying this for a long time, but it just doesn't really come around. And I'm thinking that it's probably just going to get shut down on exchanges in the United States. And right now, the U.S. exchanges don't have as much power because, you know, we've kicked out Binance, we kicked out KuCoin, kicked out BitGet, you know, all these other exchanges. And I think those are the ones that are going to just keep those tokens alive. I don't know if there's going to be enough VPNs to kind of prop them up, but I do believe they're going to be around for a while. And personally, I like having a lot of those smaller tokens. And that's only because I like to take risks on them. They're usually not good for the average investor because the average investor puts too much money into them. It's over, Crypto One. I mean, tell that to Elizabeth Warren. Right now, she's in her chambers just plotting for a way to take down cryptocurrency. What's up, dude? He's still mad that he doesn't get any treats. That's what he's mad about. He stole the rest of his treats for the whole week, so he doesn't get anything for a while. He does have some duck jerky coming in the mail, but that's not until tomorrow. Just ignore him. See? You're a good boy? Oh. He's wagging his tail very gently. But he doesn't know what to do right now. He's just like, huh? Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's hard to ignore him. Rug pull hard like rock. If Pepe was a rug pull, that would be the craziest thing I've ever seen, just because of how high the market cap is right now. I wonder when the rug pull would actually occur with that one. And hey, Trav, happy to see my man. Definitely some good news for the spot Ethereum ETFs being approved. I wonder when they go live, though. Let me see if I can find it out from Watcher Guru here. If there's any new updates. No, not much. Exit's #1 platform for discovery? I hope so. I post it all the time, and I don't think it gets much traction. Unless I post it as a comment of something that's going to go viral, you know? That's the only time I've ever seen many likes coming to my stuff. What's right there? This is like the early 90s with the internet getting right, or get right or get left behind. The easiest way to get into this right now is just to dollar cost average. Even with these higher prices, I know we're well above that 100 moving average, 100 weekly moving average that I talk about all the time. But the best thing for people that just don't have any exposure to crypto is just to buy a little bit. The way I always describe it is I'd rather own the cryptocurrency itself instead of owning the ETF and things like that. But if owning the ETF for Bitcoin or Ethereum in the future, if that, makes you feel more safe, definitely go for it. But just, slowly introduce yourself into it, dollar cost average. There's still plenty of time in the future. There's still going to be many tokens that come out over the next few years, as you guys know. But yeah, it's just, there are going to be a lot of people getting left behind. But it's not your job to bring them along, If whenever they're ready, they're going to come looking and searching for a YouTube channel like mine or Tom's or Benjamin's or Dan's or, Crypto Faces, Crypto Lifers. There's going to be a whole bunch of different channels out there in the future talking about all this stuff. And we're going to be doing just fine, explaining it to all the newbies that come along. But it's still going to take them a long, long time, a long time. I focus more on the new people that just want to get engaged with the process of just owning and buying cryptocurrencies. It's not my job to convince the people on the sidelines. Oh, come on in, invest as much as you get. That's for the more hyper people. For me, it's just like, oh yeah, you're looking to learn? Come on down, join the coffee, whatever you want to call us. Join tea time. There we are. I mean, Arbitrum is still doing okay, coming down a little bit more because that's what Ethereum is doing, but overall still fine. Ethereum Classic still up a little bit here. UFO token. What has UFO token even been doing these past couple weeks? Been coming down, that's what. Oh, but UFO token's at a big level of resistance. That's a long if I ever saw one. Ooh, this could be really juicy right there. Huh. I'll keep an eye out for UFO token. That's something that I wasn't expecting to have a nice move. Because right now, again, Bitcoin's just consolidating, going up, waiting for another breakout here. That breakout should hopefully take us back up here towards all-time highs. But will it happen today, tomorrow? It'll probably happen sometime tomorrow. And by that, I mean tomorrow's candle, which starts in about an hour and a half. So we got a lot of good time here. If we're not lucky, it may take until Saturday. But guess what? I'll be streaming Saturday too. There we go. And let me turn this music. There we go. There we are. Okay. And hey, Mr. Why isn't that pumping? Well, it pumped up a little bit, but it looks like somebody preemptively just dumped a shit ton of Ethereum ahead of the announcement for whatever reason. That kind of killed the momentum right there. Also, when you look at Ethereum here, a lot of this was baked in with this large move that we saw right here. It looks like that was the large move that came off from it. I was thinking we might actually try to break out above this trend line here and continue going higher. But whatever happened there with all of that Ethereum being sold off all at once, whatever momentum we had, it really got taken out. It started all the way back over here on 5:45 a.m. That you could live with that. But this one right here, we fell down like 7-8% in 30 seconds. And of course it came back up, but the pump at that time was only very minimal. If you're looking for Ethereum right now, you're just waiting for the consolidation to happen and for bulls to come back in here and try to move it higher. I doubt this was shorts so much as just longs selling off good amounts of profit. It's mixed for sure, but I would say more in the realm of selling than shorting. And there we go. They keep it low so people can buy it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that only works for so long. Then it really starts to go, it starts to go parabolic here. We saw the same thing with Bitcoin if the spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved. It's a bit surprising me. Yeah, I mean, think of what happened after the announcements and stuff with Bitcoin. How it kind of got pretty volatile and it took a while before it actually moved up. Similar type of concept, but for right now, even though they've been approved, they haven't opened up just yet. So here. Oh, see, the block already has that question. So with the Ethereum ETFs now approved, how long until they go live? So Ethereum, 8 Ethereum ETFs were approved earlier today in omnibus order. Let's see. Here's a good part. So when the Bitcoin ETFs were approved, the S1 forms were already ahead of the 19B4 approvals. This resulted in the S1 forms becoming effective very quickly, with trading beginning the following day. What's different from the Ethereum ETFs is that the SEC hadn't been engaging with issuers until earlier this week. Pundits have speculated that it may be because of a political decision behind this last-minute change of heart. I want to actually open that up and see what they say there. Now, while the issuers were being able to turn around the 19B forms quickly, ahead of today's deadline for VanEck ETF, there hasn't been much communication regarding the S1 forms. So according to a source close to the process, the S1 forms still have much more work to do. So it'll probably be a mad scramble for the next few days or maybe even weeks. In July or August is what Galaxy Digital said. So, that maybe changes up things a little bit. So we might not have it until July or August. And remember, we're in May. After May comes June. So we have like a whole another month perhaps before we get those going. Hopefully, it happens sooner rather than later. But I think that might be one of the things that maybe just helps it make sense perhaps. Again, there's a lot of reasons behind it, but that might be the one right there that I'm looking at. Let's see. Ethereum ETF pivot entirely political, sources say. I want to read more about this, but I'll hold off on it for a little bit. And hey, Tina, I definitely understand that. What do you call it? It's been rough trying to get any type of retirement funds with how bad inflation's been going up. You could be saving for years, and all of a sudden, all of your expenses jump up 3-4x, and you're like, "What the heck?" Now everything is going to be a little bit more difficult to retire on. So I definitely understand that. Hi, you okay over there? I don't have a treat for you. I'm sorry. You don't get duck until later on tomorrow. Yeah. You guys can see him there. That's his pouty face. As soon as I leave him alone, he'll leave me alone for a second. Tomorrow, some have been listed on exchanges already. Hey Blake, happy to see you. Hello y'all, how is everyone? Hope you're doing well. R Lake, excuse me, I keep on saying Blake. R Lake, there you are. Alright, let's see back over here very fast. Got that. Consensus, we don't need that right now. I was trying to figure out some more of those things, those events, but there's a bad request here. So I don't know webmaster or the IP. There is a witty call here. A karate combat. See, that's blocked off too. Yeah, their website's fucked up right now. I don't know what's going on here, but oh well, I'll figure it out in a little bit. There you go. Thank you, Rip. Let's go over here very fast. Oh, they got a lot of events up here too, but I'm not going to Serbia, Portugal, Belgium, or Germany. I'm sticking to Texas, where they got good barbecue. Oh yeah. But at least on the daily chart, you see Bitcoin is still bullish here. We're just waiting for that continuation to pop us back up. Turbo right there. Alright. Why is Doge not moving? Because Bitcoin's going down. In fact, Dogecoin is down. Dogecoin is down 4% off the day. So nothing crazy there. Just because of how it already popped up. It got smacked down by resistance levels again, and I wasn't able to break out. At this point, you see Dogecoin looking to break down here and maybe even move back down to maybe 14.5 cents. So be prepared for that. That's only if Bitcoin really starts to sucker down here over the next few days and starts to break down. Hey, multi-second, that's my pouty face. What do you call it? Loki has a big pouty face. A big pouty face. He does it all the time. You guys normally can't see him because I had my camera focused so much on my face. But since I wanted to zoom out a little bit, I had to like think about it. Because if I zoom out, you guys, and focus it more on me, you guys can't see the TV behind me. All you guys can do is see the speakers now. But I was like, you guys don't really see the TV in the first place, so why not just be able to see Loki when he's running around? And just look at him. He's just there. He's waiting for something. And I think he's just waiting for a little trip to go outside or something like that. But I let him outside for a while before we came in here, which is why I'm more surprised he wants to go back out there. But I think he knows I'm going to the lounge tonight. So when I go to the lounge, he has to sit here for like 4 or 5 hours doing nothing except for maybe watching TV. He gets to watch the Nature Channel. He gets to watch wolves attack and fight and eat carcasses and stuff. It's his pastime. Where do I live? I live in Washington State, kind of right around Seattle. Turbo is going nuts on the weekly, and hey, Mr. G, trust me, dude, I know. Turbo today is up 47%, and I don't have it on here now, but I don't have to do this. Wait, I just posted a message a few minutes ago. There's my Turbo position right there, up by 843%. It's making me some good money right now. So trust me, I know. I've been holding Turbo for like a month at this point, and I just hold, and it's turned out well. I'm hoping that a lot of the other currencies that I'm holding, they also turn out to be like that, but I think Turbo is just ahead of the curve right now. What's my thoughts on PCE and GDP data next week? I expect GDP data to be good, PCE data to be just okay. That's kind of the overall gist. One of the things I'm more concerned about as far as inflation is something I brought up right at the beginning of the stream here. Sudden container crunch sends ocean freight rates soaring, setting off global trade alarm bells. So I'll read you the key points here, and I'll kind of just talk about what these key points mean, basically. So the key points are: an ocean container capacity crunch has hit global trade just as peak shipping season starts, with freight spot rates up 30% over the past few weeks and heading higher. Bad weather, longer ocean transits, and vessels skipping ports are adding to supply chain issues. Freight intelligence firm Zenata is warning that rates could rise through June, and the dramatic rise will surpass the Red Sea spike, ultimately hitting consumer prices. Consumer prices, inflation. So this is another big flashing warning sign, and I think this is actually one of the few reasons that the market came down today. On top of that, we also had... Okay, you sneezing? Why are you sneezing? Okay. There you go. Alright, so... There you go. So we had jobs claims today, services PMI, manufacturing PMI, new home sales, and Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic speaks. We saw a little bit of this if you looked on CNBC this morning. Sorry, YouTube CNBC. There we go. So there's this one, and then there's yeah, it's probably the best one to go off of. So let's The audio is up for this one. Let me put my headphones on just so I can hear it as well, and you guys can see. This is only a minute-long video, though, guys, so don't, it's not going to take up too much.
Some long-awaited PMIs. Let's get to Rick Santelli. Hey, Rick.
Yes, and those jobless claims were well behaved, but interest rates didn't go up much. They're coiling. But boy, this number, look at interest rates pop. S&P Global, PMIs, stronger than expected. Manufacturing, 50.9. Now, that's just the highest since March when it was 51.9. But let's look at services. Services at 54.8, the best since May of last year. We'll call it 1 year. Now, these are preliminary readings. They can change. And if we look at the composite, another blockbuster, 54.4, that's the best reading since April of 22. We'll call that basically 2 years. So we are now up close to 447 in the 10-year, which is 4 basis points now higher than it was yesterday. After trading below yesterday's low, it's now above yesterday's high. That's an outside day. Pay attention, technicians, and Squawk on the Street will return after a short break.
All right, so just to kind of show you what that did to the market here. That. So, we are pretty susceptible to any move, I would say, overall. We did bounce right off of support here, and that's okay, I'm hoping that at the end of the day here, when we're looking at these types of things like Fibonacci levels or, this type of stuff. Do I not have the Luxago price on there? Does it not show it? Okay, that's fine. Right? We're in an uptrend right now. We're hoping to break down. That breakdown, whatever it happens to me, is like the biggest move for Bitcoin of the year. That's when Bitcoin goes boom, 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 boom. Of course, right now, we have been known to fall down just to spike up higher. I'm hoping that because inflation is getting a little bit better, not great, not even good, just better than bad, I'm hoping that things shift a little bit for us so we can not go back up. But yeah, we definitely saw an acceleration happening with all these rates happening today. Dollar index is going back up a little bit. We're hoping that we get rejected off of this, come back down, maybe bounce one more time, break down, and then we're hovering around 104.11. That would still be an overall breakdown of what we saw back over here and that move over there. And so, that could happen sometime June, which is why I'm saying I don't really think Bitcoin will do anything crazy as far as like 100,000, 120,000 until sometime in the summer regions, summertime, July at the earliest, as I think I see with a potential move here. But I was hoping we might have a breakdown right here, but nope. Just talk about bouncing back off and killing all the momentum here. However, I still think we'll be okay over the long haul here. We're just looking for better inflation data. All we need is some good CPI data, some good PCE data, something that kind of give us a little bit better mood here. And then you can see Bitcoin and all these other assets going up higher. Maybe if Ethereum starts to get a little bit more news and we have the ability to trade it happening sooner rather than later, that could also give us a little bit of an earlier breakout as far as Bitcoin and maybe earlier breakout. Wild Kingdom for Loki. Oh, Loki loves to watch TV. He loves to watch TV. He doesn't look like it, but he does. Pepe after Ethereum ETF approval. Oh, it's going to be going up high. Turbo is the hottest AI meme coin ever. Yes, it is. And that's why I chose it, because it's a mix of AI and it's a mix of meme tokens. That's really the only reason I chose it. There was nothing that I looked at through like the website. It was like, oh, this is going to be crazy. I'm just like, the way people are hopping on board with AI tokens, they're hopping on board with meme tokens. This has to be something to keep track of. You doing okay, boy? Yeah. Doing okay? You feel like it? Yeah. So here, bought in December. Oh, geez, you've been doing very, very well then with that one right there. A lot better than me. Only thing that's been lucky with me is I got the 3x leverage on top, on top of there, so I didn't have to hold for so long. But I wasn't keeping track of it. And back then, I didn't have an account with Blowfin. there's not many exchanges that have a lot of these low market cap tokens. So it's always hard for me to kind of find them before they blow up because I don't want to go and swap for them and stuff like that. Maybe I should start just to get in there a little bit early to take some more risk. When do I take profits? Maybe at $1 billion market cap? I'd say that's realistic, just to start taking profits. I mean, realistically, you're starting to take profits right now. But I'm talking about 5%, 10% max, and it's gonna come back eventually, come back down before it makes another big run. But it's just moving up so well right now. You're just like, damn, how can it not? It's up 46% today alone. But remember, the market cap is only at like $170 million right now. It still has a long way to go, especially because Bitcoin hasn't even reached $100,000. Ethereum hasn't reached like $4,000 or $5,000 yet. And Ashley, this freight container stuff going down is not new stuff. It's been going down for years, and we don't forget the catastrophe that just happened 18 months ago. Or what do you call? Well, it's going up right now. That's the difference. It's going up, not down right now. With the container crunch, less supply, the higher demand, that just means the prices are going to go up. And I think that's just going to be headwinds for inflation because right now, the whole market, the whole media, everything they do is focus on what's going to be happening with inflation because that's all anybody ever cares about these days. And, for better or worse, you could probably say for worse, everybody is so susceptible to any piece of information that can help them figure out is CPI going to be good or is CPI going to be bad. And, that dynamic is causing so much chaos right now in the overall markets. And hey, Victor, we don't know exactly yet. There might be some people thinking they know, but I for now, I just personally can't tell you when the ETFs are going to be launched. I heard a couple people say tomorrow. I heard a couple people say articles say July, June. I really don't know. I really don't know. Do I like pre-sales? I normally don't do pre-sales unless the exchange has some type of special discount for doing so. I should do more of them, but it takes a lot of my personal time to do the research on those things, and so I just don't. I don't have as much time as I would like because I've been trying to go out more and just kind of live my life because I've been kind of buried in YouTube stuff for a while, which is why I've been offloading some of my projects to, new overlays and stuff like that. Okay. But yeah, I haven't done pre-sales in quite a bit of time. I don't think since like 2021 or something like that. And that's just when I still used to see stuff on BitGate when I was able to trade on that. I was like, hey, there's a pre-sale. Let me try it out. It'll go up during this bull market, and I'll sell off the 100 tokens or $100 worth of tokens I bought for maybe $200. Simple stuff like that. Feels like the pumps are coming soon. Today was like another step towards that with the crypto adoption. Yeah, the fact that we're seeing Congress, specifically Democrats, start to turn more crypto friendly, that is going to be huge news going forward. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. Give Democrats a little bit more time to fully get behind it, but there's going to be some holdouts like Elizabeth Warren and Sherrod Brown of Ohio. They're not going to be powerful enough to stop this from going forward because all of a sudden, Democratic pollsters are now telling the Democrats, hey, people actually vote on your crypto policy, so don't tick them off. And I'm not saying Democrats are going to go all the way to the Republican idea of how to be very, very pro-crypto, but I think they're more open to saying, hey, cryptocurrency should be allowed to stay. We shouldn't be as opposed to it, or the Gary Gensler shouldn't be as opposed to it as he is, and that type of stuff will keep crypto booming up here with more bills giving more clarity. And with that clarity, it means the SEC isn't going to be suing every freaking company that comes up to every company that comes up. Like, you may think about it this way. Right now, Robinhood maybe has like 10 to 15 tokens. Once these bills pass through Congress, Robinhood may have hundreds of tokens, and that'll be absolutely fantastic because that means you guys will be able to buy a lot more tokens in a easier way. That means you guys can really trade on Robinhood, Coinbase, Webull, and Crypto.com. So it's going to be more opportunity, less fees, that type of stuff, more competition. It's going to be very, very fun for us. But we have to wait for those laws to go through, which means we need Democrats to come over and side with Republicans for a couple issues, when it comes to that type of stuff, and then we should be a little better. And hold on. Who's calling the top for the Ethereum since the ETF is getting approved? Oh, I don't know who would be calling the top right now. And hey, Faran, the ETF has been approved. Next is the crypto bill. What do you call it? Yeah. There's a few crypto bills being moved in through Congress right now. You got the SAB one here. Let me go over here to. There's a few of them. Do they have any articles about them? So okay, here's the latest one. It's called, there's a shorter name for this. I swear it's not. Okay. Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act. That's the first bill. That passed with 279 votes and 136 votes against. There was a lot of Democrats, like 70 plus Democrats that voted with Republicans, which is great. That's really what you guys want to see here. The other one is, so the one we just talked about, that's the FIT 21 bill. The other one that I'd been talking about a few days ago was the one that Biden said he was going to veto the bill, but he hasn't vetoed it yet, and it's on his desk right now. It's the SAB bill, but I don't know which one it is. SAB? Crypto bill SAB? Is that it? Yeah, SAB 121. That's the other one. So those are two bills going through Congress right now. Well, actually, no. The SAB bill is on President Biden's desk, waiting to be signed. Biden said he was going to veto it, though. And so I don't know if he's going to veto it or not. So we'll have to wait and see. Because they've been doing this around about face, right? And the 21st century bill, that one has passed the House, but now it has to go now towards the Senate. And then once it's through the Senate, of course, if it gets enough votes, we'll see. Then it goes to the president's desk. Then he'll have two crypto bills where he has to decide he is going to veto it or not veto it. If he vetoes it, all of the goodwill that Democrats got from being more pro-crypto over the last couple of weeks, especially towards, telling Gary Gensler, stop, approve these damn Ethereum ETFs, all of that hard work goes out the window. And a lot of people out there who have been saying, hey, I like cryptocurrency to their Republican or Democratic representative, they're going to be kind of ticked off that, hey, Biden is, you see bipartisan votes for both these bills, yet Biden says, no, we're still not going to accept these bills, even though Republicans and Democrats together came to pass them. That's a horrible look. We've been waiting for crypto legislation for how long, guys? A long time. And the fact that we finally got Democrats and Republicans coming together, which is a rarity these days, as you guys might imagine, to actually pass these bills. And yet, after they pass the House and the Senate, Joe Biden still says veto, veto, veto. I mean, from a political standpoint, that is probably one of the dumbest things you could do. And I don't think Biden is necessarily surrounded by idiots. So I think he'll make the right choice and sign the bills into law. Gary Gensler would be very pissed off, I'm sure. But, the less power the SEC has, the better. A lot of the power that the SEC has to control cryptocurrencies will be moving over to the FTIC here. And I think that's going to be good for us because, to be honest, they're not very equipped to deal with all this stuff just yet. But they are going to get more funding, another bureaucracy getting money. Who would have, surprise, surprise. But they haven't been as anti-crypto as Gary. Gary is freaking evil in the eyes of the cryptocurrency industry. Evil. Which is why you've seen two candidates so far, I think. There may be more, but, Trump and RFK have embraced cryptocurrency. Joe Biden is giving it the stiff arm as he tries to run for a touchdown. It's a whole different philosophy towards cryptocurrency. Do I think AMP will benefit from this? AMP is one of those tokens where it just goes parabolic out of nowhere. I mean, I would say overall, yes, everything is really going to benefit from this. But when I look at AMP, I'm looking at this thing and I'm just holding for the long term because if you go over here to the daily chart, this thing just starts to spike in these little things right there. And I'm usually somebody that's happy to sell during those points. In a moment like now, when I'm looking at AMP continue to go down, 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 I'm just accumulating a little bit. Maybe a couple $100 worth, maybe a few $100 worth, depends, And I'm just going to wait until it starts to skyrocket again, and I'll sell on that next spike. But I'm not hoping for anything from like a swing trade off of this thing or a day trade. I'm mostly just looking for this as add a couple $100 to it over a period of a few weeks, wait for it to spike, sell the spike, take your money and go. It's not something where I like to hold on to it for a very, very long time, unless it's like, it's a dollar cost average, $500, and you're just letting it sit and not doing anything. Kind of like what I do with Turbo. I started to buy Turbo right over here. I don't know. Let me double check. This is why I like Blowfin. Blowfin tells you exactly where you bought stuff. which just makes my life a little bit easier. Of course, this is the day where it's not showing me where I bought stuff. Okay, but I bought it right over here during April, and I bought some over here around May. And so far, of course, it's making me some good money here. But why isn't it showing my stuff? Oh, now it's showing when I go to the 4-hour chart. Okay, something must have been up. Bought some right here, bought some right here, bought some right here, bought some right there, and I bought some right here as it was coming down. And then, no, it's been taking off ever since. There's different ways you can approach all these things, but when it comes to like AMP, which isn't really catching fire like a meme type of thing, I typically just want to do these like little half swing, half long-term trades while I'm just waiting for an event, and that event is usually just a very good spike happening with it. There you go. And Bitcoin's finding a short-term bottom here where maybe it can actually have a reversal. Biden's circle not consisting of idiots is debatable. I'm trying to give these people the benefit of the doubt. And, depending on how you like Biden, he's been a very good president or a very bad president. My friends who have a lot of money, they've liked the job he's done. My friends that don't have a lot of money, that have had to deal with inflation, they hate them. they hate the guy, like his guts. It just depends on what your livelihood is like, and I think it just depends on everything there. But man, yeah, I think he has competent people around him sometimes, but like his crypto policy people, I think they're probably idiots. Out of people, yeah, his crypto policy people, I don't know what made them what made it cool to hate on crypto. I never understood that because it's only been getting more popular every year, but they've really become the face of anti-crypto. Gary Gensler is the face of anti-crypto sentiment. They'll get it. They'll get it. They'll get it soon enough. I'm sure they will. And then most likely, maybe you write the Senate bill, they're scrambling, help him out, SAB 21, POTUS, no veto. I don't think he's going to veto it. I'm hoping he doesn't veto it. He said he will, but I'm hoping he doesn't because it's about face they've been doing, like I said before. But, Biden has wanted to be president for decades and decades and decades. Remember, he's been trying since like the 70s or something. He's wanted to be president for a long time. I doubt he wants to lose to Donald Trump, who he probably sees as a freaking idiot or dangerous for the country, bad for democracy, all that type of stuff, right? I doubt he wants to lose to that guy. Hillary Clinton has still not been able to get over the fact that she lost Donald Trump, right? And everybody thought she was going to win. Nobody wants, Biden doesn't want to go through that type of thing. So I think he's going to do whatever he has to do to become reelected. And I think something that is easy for him to do that won't cost him a lot is just to say, hey, I'm not pro-crypto, but I'm not anti-crypto either. Right now, Biden is anti-crypto. If he can just get into the neutral zone, that helps him out a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I think that's good enough for him, to be honest. So, we'll have to wait and see. But there is a chance he could veto the two bills. Only one bill has passed both chambers, both the House and the Senate. That's the SAB bill. The SAB bill will most likely be vetoed if Biden follows through on his threat. The FT, the 21st Century Act bill, that one most likely will not be vetoed. I'm hoping because of the shift again, like we've seen over the past few days, where Democrats have been voting for more Republican crypto bills, maybe that's a sign that says that tells Biden, hey, just pass the freaking bill, and he'll back down. There's so many other things that are pressing for Biden, I would say, like the Ukraine war, Israel wars, all this crap going on in the world. I don't think he should be like trying to pick a fight over a crypto bill of all things. I feel like there's a lobbyist in his ear saying, no, don't like crypto, don't like crypto. I don't think he really knows much about what cryptocurrency even is. So, I don't think he really knows what cryptocurrency is. So again, that's why I think it's more of the people in his ear. It's competition for their CBCD. What do you call? I mean, they want to have that centralized token. I would just never use it. Who would trust the government token? It just feels so weird. Maybe businesses or something would be forced to, but I don't think people are aligned with that type of centralized feeling. You know, they don't want people with financial freedom. Oh, that's true. And Tristan, yes, it did get approved. Yes, sir. She won the popular vote. What do you call Hillary? Oh, yeah. What do you call popular votes? All good. I get it. What do you call it? Remember, I live in Washington State. We're very liberal. Oregon right next door. Idaho, a little bit different than Washington, of course. But very, very different. I'm sorry, very much the same as far as the coastal people and the and liberals. But you know that. Why am I forgetting the name of it right now? You guys know what it means. Electoral college. That is the weirdest system ever, but it's more of a states' rights thing, I guess, right? But yeah, that definitely is the main reason that Trump won, not the popular vote type of stuff. I totally get that. Renex Ethereum ETF ticker Ethereum V listed on clearing firm DTCC's website. Oh, there we go. So things are moving fast, guys. Saw a post saying Biden wasn't going to veto the FIT 21 bill. And hey, no, he's not going to veto that one. The one he said he was going to veto was the SAB bill. I'll pull it up for you. Biden veto SAB. Give it a second. Okay, there we go. So before the House and Senate passed the resolution, President Biden on May 8th, again, this is May 8th, a while ago, said he intended to veto it. He claimed the legislation would inappropriately constrain the SEC's ability to ensure appropriate guardrails and address future issues related to crypto assets. And then the president put out a post. Here it is. Here's the statement. The administration strongly opposes the passage of HJ Resolution 109, which would disrupt the Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC's work to protect investors in crypto asset markets. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's at the very bottom here. Sorry, my face is blocking it. Down here. If the president were presented with HJ Resolution 109, he would veto it. So this is May 8th. This is not the 21 bill. This is the SAB 109 bill. I'm not good at bills, just bear with me here, but yeah, a totally different bill, But Biden should not veto the one you were talking about right there with the FIT 21 bill. No. The SAB bill is the one where he explicitly said, I'm going to veto it. The same day he said he's going to veto it was the day that Trump came out and said, I'm the pro-crypto president. And this is why there's a little bit of panic going on, because people all of a sudden are saying, hey, if Trump is pro-crypto, I'll vote for him. Because there's enough people out there where crypto is the number one voting issue. Not a lot, enough. I said enough, enough people. Well, I guess they feel like they have to change their tune just a little bit. Pants off, dance off. There's a way to go with it. Cat with the hat. Is there another one there? Solana meme coin, the next 100K. I mean, right now, guys, there's been a whole bunch of meme coins, but the way I look at meme coins right now is they're still in this process where you can dollar cost average them. So if you go over here to Coinbase or coinmarketcap.com, you hit the meme token little thing right there. You'll see that there's a lot of tokens right now. Dogecoin at 24 billion, 23 billion, Shiba Inu's at 14, and there's all these up here with the high 100 million mark. Things that I'm looking at are things that are kind of below 500 million here. So Dogs to the Moon, Brett, Popcat. I own some Popcat. I don't own MAG, but I own MOG. MOG popped up like 63% this month. DGen, I don't own any, but I want to buy some. Cat in a New World, I'm going to buy some. Baby Doge. There's a bunch of tokens here that are still low market caps where I'm thinking of buying them up. Mirror is one that I've been holding for a while here. It's not profitable yet, but I'm hoping it will be. Ponk, I don't own any of this, but maybe I own some Milady token. Bone Shiba, maybe. I don't own any Harry Potter. I own some Dogelon Mars. I own a bunch of turbos you guys know by now. Pepe Fork, maybe. Sneck, maybe. Grok. There's tokens in here that with low market caps that I'd still be dollar cost averaging into right now. They are going to be tokens that I think are relative to relevant. They're not just going to be any old token, but like a Grok, that's okay. ARB Doge AI, perhaps. Turbo, yes. Doge on Mars, yes. Milady, yes. Miro, yes. Kakinu, probably. ERC20, no, but it's been going up fine so well, so maybe. Apu, no. But maybe if you guys are interested in it, Baby Doge, yes. Cat in a Dog's World, maybe. You know, there are different things out there. And you even got some of the smaller ones right here. Doge Killer, Shibu, you know, richquack.com, whatever. I'm looking at getting into any of that stuff I can. Just small amounts. It just has to be available for me to buy. Like Grok right here. If I click on this and I go over to markets, it has to be somewhere where I can buy it. And this place, I don't have any of these places to buy right now. I don't have access to any of that stuff. There's no place I can legally buy it. If I have a VPN, which I do, I can probably buy it, but I try to not play around with the VPNs all too much. So, you know, it really just depends on what you can get. And hey, multi-stacker, protect investors. Is that us retail? Yes. Yes, they want to protect you from yourselves, don't you know? Yeah, but when they talk about the type of stuff, they're talking about you guys. And there is a point that they make. I mean, a lot of new investors, they usually do some really stupid stuff in the crypto markets, just like any other market. Remember, like just like trading GameStop. You know, remember, just a few days ago that GameStop was going to the moon again, and all of a sudden we're here. So they're trying to do it. They're trying to protect us in a certain way, but the way they try to protect us is not a good way, if you ask me. It's a way to make it so only rich people can make money and poor people can't make money. That's why I hate the pattern day trading rules that they have for stocks. Horrible. But you know, if I want to be able to buy my turbo and watch it go to the moon, you better believe it. You know, where's that turbo at right now? You know, up 826%. If I want to make that profit, I have the ability to do so. But on the other side of this, I have this Pixel, which is a very low market cap token as well. I've only bought it once. I've only bought this thing once, and I never bought it again. However, if I go over here, this is down 136%. Now, it's not like a whole bunch of money being lost, but it's still money being lost, and that's my right to do that. You know, so it's always nice just to have the opportunity here because, you know, I'm holding this for the large move down the road. I'm holding this once everything starts to go up, altcoin season, that type of stuff. And so I don't really care where I get my entry points as long as over the long term, they still make me some good money here. And he has TS Donalds. What about the ETF approval? The ETF has been approved. Let me go over here to Watch Your Guru. There you go. This was an hour ago now. Breaking, the SEC officially approves all spot Ethereum ETFs. They have been approved, and they should go live sooner rather than later. I'm not entirely sure just yet on when exactly they're going to go live, but they have been approved, which is some really big news for all of us. If you want to read more about it, go over to Watch Guru's Twitter. Find this post. It's just from an hour ago. It's like just a little tweet right here. And then just click on this little bit of this little window, whatever you call it. It'll open up their website and you can read all the detailed data about it. We went through a little bit of it. There's a PDF file that's very long and boring, but I pretty much used ChatGPT to break it down because I did not want to do that. In fact, actually, maybe here's what I'll do. Here it is. Let me back out this very fast. So I told it to give me a detailed, make it a very detailed summary. So there's a lot of stuff in here, but basically the big point of this is they feel like it's safe enough to go to the market. They feel like the spread isn't going to be crazy, but by that I mean basically if Ethereum goes up, the ETFs will go up. If Ethereum goes down, the ETFs will go down as well. There's not going to be a whole bunch of variance or divergence from those groups there. You could read a whole bunch of this type of stuff in your own time if you want to, but this is just basically one long PDF form. It's like 20 pages that I condensed down to a little bit here. And we've been talking about other bills going forward too. But right now, we're looking at Bitcoin overall, still bullish, definitely taking a beating over the last few days, but still in that upward trend. You're seeing a golden cross about to happen here on Bitcoin, which we haven't seen in like Since over here, after a little bit of a fake out of a downtrend, a little death crosser there going into golden cross. So we could definitely be looking for some good stuff here. But right now, it's still that day traders market. I'd been hoping that we could actually have a little bit more of a turnaround as far as the weekly chart with Bitcoin. So if I go over here very fast, let me pull off these moving averages just for now. The heck is where's my... I don't see my stuff. Okay, well, let's just go over here to RSI. Alright. Only thing I need to change here is going to be the stochastics. I need to have it be 21, 5, and 5. Okay. Here's the weekly chart. Let's go to auto. We just want to make sure that all of this is the heck. There you go. I like when everything on the weekly charts is bullish going forward too. I just want you guys to be able to see everything, because I know I'm not zoomed in as much. Right now on the weekly charts, although we have the smart money concepts being green here, and you can see the buy signal all the way back over here of January of 2023, or excuse me, yeah, January 2023, it's been fantastic. It's been great. Typically, these things work out very, very well, very, very well. Once you buy, you're pretty happy with the results. But the best moves happen when everything is bullish, right? Bullish, bullish, bullish. MACD is green, RSI is green, stochastic is green. That's when you have the best moves out there. Whether it be back over here, green, green, green. Look at those monster moves. You can still be in the green as far as the smart money concepts when, we're in the red here. But typically, that's kind of like almost like a loading zone for yourself. Right now, we're kind of in a loading zone still. The RSI is still not bullish. We have, we're kind of in that, we're still overbought, but don't get me wrong, we're not seeing the RSI back above that level. The stochastic is still bearish as I put it, and the MACD is still bearish as I put it. We're in that loading zone right now. Now, if Bitcoin stays at these levels for maybe 2-3 more weeks and we're kind of still hovering around $68,000, $70,000, or maybe we even break out to all-time highs, that's where all of a sudden we're looking at a big monster move where we're going up to 80,000, 85,000, 90,000, whatever that number ends up coming. That'll be the good news. Right now, though, from a historical perspective, it's kind of like a let's load up here. I've been dollar cost averaging since this week. I have a whole host of positions here. Now I have these ones which are more high risk. I mean, these are very, very, very high risk positions. Actually, these are market caps that are like in the $50 to $80 million, which is technically stuff you guys don't typically go after. I do it because I want to have some fun with you guys. But if I go over here to Fairdesk, every week I put like $500 into this account, and it's still at this point it's down $285 because where I started to buy was back over here on the Thursday, the 7th of March. Right? And while Bitcoin's been okay, altcoins have not been okay. Which is fine by me. We've done this multiple times before. It's not hurting me right now. But my point being that when we look at stuff like this, this is still a gigantic loading zone for me where I'm saying, hey, I'm happy to dollar cost average. I'm waiting for that next big breakout. I'm hoping it comes soon. We need more data to kind of get us over that hump it looks like right now. Hopefully with Ethereum ETFs coming online, that'll be a huge boost for Ethereum and a bunch of other stuff, which can, of course, get the whole market juiced up to go another round here. But this is still kind of a dollar cost averaging or a day trading time for me. I've told you guys this a lot. You guys know me if you guys have been here for a while. It's been day trading, day trading, day trading. With you guys doing swing trading, it's been no more than like 30 to 36 hours, no more than that. And that's been perfectly fine for those. You go over here to Bitcoin, you go over here to a 4-hour chart. And actually, let's go over here to a 10-hour chart. When you see these breakouts like this, that 10 hours is all I'm looking for, basically. Right? You have breakout right there. Those 10 hours are usually what I'm looking at. As long as you have the stochastics and whatnot kind of bouncing you around a little bit, it's been pretty good. But it's been rare for those times to come here. And don't worry about the smart money concepts. That's not going to work out on a 10-hour chart. But these breakouts are all I'm really looking for while I'm just trading that one candle. I'm not trading all this hubbub and sideways stuff. Those one candles are all I'm looking at, which has made these past few months very, very boring. I talk with a lot of other influencers out there. I know, Tom, Dan from Investing News, Benjamin, Crypto Face, Crypto Lifer. I talk with a lot of them, and something that not all of them, but we've all noticed is when the market's been kind of sideways like this, views drop off of a cliff because nobody's really excited, and you can tell when people are very excited because all of a sudden everybody starts coming back in, and so you can see the popularity for cryptocurrency is coming back in slowly, but I don't think we're going to have that next big move here, at least for a little bit of time here. Remember, we want to see the dollar index continue to break down on this downtrend here, breaking out, weekly chart. We need to see us break down. We really don't want to keep this up and break out above 107. That's like doomsday scenario type stuff for the market and for cryptocurrency, where markets are like just totally destroyed. Right? All right, let's go back over here very fast. Hi. Ooh. Yeah. See, he's like, don't scratch my head, just scratch my butt. And I'm like, okay. There we go. All right. And hey, can I do some fundamentals on Google? My friend is doing long-term swing trades. Fundamentals for Google isn't the worst thing out right now. I mean, here. Actually, I wonder if I can try this. There it is. Google is not the place I'd be at as far as long-term investing right now, but that's because I'm probably more pro Microsoft as of late. This is much more of a swing trade thing than a long-term thing. Well, it depends. I guess you had long-term swing trades. Oh, here, yeah, right here. While Alphabet is not the top favorite among the so-called Magnificent Seven tech stocks, it holds a strong position due to its superior free cash flow margins and diversified revenue streams. The stock has seen a stable investment with lower risk compared to other high-growth tech stocks, thanks to its dominance in the advertising industry and substantial cash reserves. So if you're looking at Microsoft right now and you're looking to buy into it, honestly, I'm waiting for a larger pullback for Microsoft. It's not Microsoft, excuse me, Google. So you can see that's already been going up. Typically, I don't buy off of these larger spikes here. I buy something when it's kind of more grinding like this. These grinds, when you have a pretty big pullback, I buy during those. So if he's looking to start scaling in, maybe a pullback back down here towards maybe 159, that might give you the opportunity you need. You need to have some type of real panic in the market. And I don't see that panic setting in right now. We've had a few though. I mean, like, every few months we have the market kind of go through this tissy fit. You buy during those little tissy fits where everything's coming back down and you're fine. Because the earnings have always been good. But for me, it just seems like it's so expensive right now. I don't even want to touch it. It's going to really have to come back down quite a bit. And, the same rule applies for a lot of other different stocks out there. You can even take the Amazons of the world. When they eventually have the little tissy fits and whatnot, this is where you typically will start to load up on them a little bit. Load up on them a little bit. Load up on them a little bit. That's kind of what I'm going for with most other things out there. Microsoft is a little bit different just because I am dollar cost averaging it. I'm not really doing much else. And you can see it actually has longer periods, like where it's months going sideways. Then it has a very large breakout. Weeks going sideways, large breakout. Weeks going sideways, maybe a larger breakout. We'll have to wait, but you saw that same type of dump you can see there. Maybe one other play that you might like is AMD. AMD is something where even though like Nvidia had a really good day today, I'm thinking that AMD is going to make a comeback eventually, but this is something where it's really oversold, and you can slowly get back into this one and wait for that next big pump coming out of it. Because they all kind of rotate. People have been rotating into these positions. Just because Google's going down here, that doesn't mean that like, Apple's going down at the same pace, right? Apple was going up a little bit there, maybe a little more sideways, but the rotations happen at different times this year, which is kind of nice. That means you can swing trade from swing trade, go to swing trade to swing trade to swing trade. That's been the best way to rotate in. One other thing though, if you want to rotate is, what is that stock? Do I even have it on my list? No, I don't have it. Oh, there it is, Intel. Intel's been interesting because this is a weekly chart for it. It just started to come back down. Normally it's been pretty aggressive with these spikes up and down, but it's been like, hold for a few weeks and make some money and so forth. But right now it's at a large order block. So this might be something where you're looking to kind of tweak in there a little bit and take an opportunity on that one. This is a higher risk play because it's not just typically growth. But if you go back in the history of it, this is a monthly chart. We're at the prices it was at in 2001. So typically when I see these types of moves, I'm much more inclined to be like, okay, I can buy a little bit here. I'll swing for a few weeks and I'll see what happens next. You're not holding for months and months and months, but these are really short little swings that you can even trade some options on. There we go. Even Bitcoin's going sideways here. And hey, Justin, the ETF was approved. It was approved. Do you think the Ethereum will drop back down to 3K in the next couple of weeks? $3,000? It would have to take something really, really big for Ethereum to drop back down that far. Because Ethereum was already very oversold at the time. What I could see is if we were going to retest a couple levels, there are a few out there. Maybe 3,100 perhaps. But I mean, again, pulling back this here. We have a support at 36, 34, 33, 32. And then come back over here to 3,000. I don't think we pull all the way back over there. If you're looking for a larger pullback, perhaps, I think you start coming back over here towards $3,400 to $3,300. That'd be the worst pullback I can see if the market really just rejects everything that just happened today. But there's a way. There's always a way for that to happen. Maybe we have really bad inflation data or something. That would probably have to be the key there. Hissy fit, I know, right? All right, but okay, buddy, I'm going to call it a night here. I will be streaming on a little bit later on tonight, probably closer to midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. You can hear him notice that I'm getting ready to get up here. He wants to go use the bathroom, that's why. But it was nice talking with you guys here today. I'll be doing more updates about what's going on with the ETF and stuff. I am going to be making a new daily video format where I'm going to be posting videos every day at noon and every day at midnight. And basically the overlay is going to look like this. Kind of a simple one where I have my my face in this one and a logo up here and then some extra stuff down here like sponsors and whatnot. And then the other one is going to be where I have my photo in here, some news updates in here, a sponsor box right here, and then the window in here where I can show you guys what I'm talking about, basically. So get ready for all that type of stuff, and I'll keep you guys up to date with all the news about me going to Texas here pretty soon. That way I can keep you guys up to date with all the new stuff I learn about consensus, all the new projects coming out, all the new tokens coming out, all that type of stuff. So see you guys a little bit later, and say bye to Loki here. Loki, come here. Oh, look at you being a good boy. Oh, yes, you're a good boy. Okay, he's a little bit camera shy, but